Welcome back. This is Rachel Banks. Please subscribe and enjoy the video. Hey guys, yes, welcome back again. I did receive my Cali Kim's Bring on the Pollinator seed collection, so I'm super excited about this. I've been wanting it for some time. I've been seeing her talk about it on her YouTube channel. I do follow her on YouTube as well as Facebook, and she's been gardening for a very long time, so I'm super excited to have received these seeds. So let's take a look at what I got. And for the first set of flowers I have here is called the Cosmos Bright Light Mix. And this flower mix is both heat and drought tolerant, which is really good for us gardeners who are not going to be able to tend to the yard as much as we want to. And it is a sunny mix of red, yellow, and orange flowers. And you can start it from seed indoors 2 to 4 weeks before the last frost, or you can plant them directly outside. Now, one benefit of this, according to the packet, is that you can collect the seeds and then replant them next year. So that's super exciting. I can't wait to see these grow in my garden. I know they're going to attract tons and tons of bees and hummingbirds. And moving on to the second pack. The second pack is the Zinnia Cut and Come Again mix. Now, this one is a warm weather flower, and this is pretty similar to the bright lights in that you can start them indoors 2 to 4 weeks before the last frost. And you want to plant them in full sun, and you can also plant them directly outside as well. And this mix will produce beautiful flowers that you can cut. And once you cut them, they will rebloom, so you don't have to worry about losing that beautiful color in your garden, because they will rebloom. So I'm really excited about this too. I know you're probably going to hear really excited a bunch of times during this video, and that is because I am so here for this pollination mix. And the next pack we have here is a collection of seeds for producing borage. And this is a warm weather flower as well. It also is an edible herb. This is definitely a bee attractor according to the description on the pack. And this one you can start indoors 2 to 3 weeks before the last frost. And you want to plant this one in full sun. And you can also plant it directly outside, as I plan to do. And one good thing about this plant is that you could collect the seeds and plant them again for next year. So that's super exciting. And this plant actually kind of reminds me a little bit of lavender in that it produces these beautiful purple flowers. So I'm super excited about this one as well. Okay, and this next pack of flower mix is the Wildflower Bee Mix. And it's a combination of annuals and perennials, which is really good because we all know the perennials come back every year. And this one, you want to plant this one directly outside after the last frost. And you want to keep your soil, according to the directions, moist for 4 to 6 weeks. And then once the plants are established, you're going to reduce the watering. So again, I'm super excited. And hopefully it's enough perennials in there that I see a big difference next year in my garden, that I don't have to put as many seeds out there next year. So I'm super excited about that. And last but not least, we have the Nasturtiums here. And these are the ones that I really was excited about, and the whole reason why I bought the whole entire kit, to be completely honest. So these you can start indoors 2 to 4 weeks before the last frost. And you can also plant them outside directly. Now, these can survive in both direct sun and partial sun, especially if you live in very hot climates. You want to plant them in partial sun. And this one also thrives in poor soil and neglect. So this is, again, beneficial for us gardeners who can't tend to our yards every day, but still want beautiful pops of color and to attract the wonderful bees and hummingbirds. And these are so beautiful, so I'm super excited. They will look like vines once they start to grow out. So let's get outside and plant some of these seeds. And let's start with the Nasturtiums. I'm going to plant these on the side of my house right alongside the garden. And here are the seeds. And right here, I'm going to shove up just a little bit of dirt. And then I'm going to place the seeds directly into the section. And then I'm going to cover with just a little bit of dirt. And then I just did this in a few more sections right here alongside my house. Just put the seeds right underneath the top layer of soil and covered it with just a little bit of dirt. And then I am not going to water it because fortunately it is nice and rainy here in Chicago, so I am not having to worry about keeping the soil moist today. And then the next thing I'm going to plant is the borage. And I plan to plant these right up in the front, by my front gate, by my peonies. And then I'm going to plant them by my rose bush. So let's take a look at the seeds. So these are the seeds for the borage. So I planted them by the peonies, and then I'm going to move over here by my rose bush, and I'm going to plant them in between my rose bush and this other perennial that I had bought last year. So that should help fill up this little area right here in the back. So I'm just going to dig up just a smidget of dirt like I did with the first set of seeds that I planted. And I'm just going to drop a few of these, and then I'm going to cover with dirt. And because there are so many seeds in the back, I decided to come in my backyard and plant some right along the fence. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to dig up just a little bit of dirt, just scrape the top layer, and then put a few seeds in there, and then top it off with the dirt. Okay, so the next set of flowers that we're going to plant is the Zinnia cut. And I plan to plant these directly into my garden area right alongside my tomatoes. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other two. I'm just going to scrape that top layer, and then I am going to add the seeds. And here are the seeds. So I'm just going to take these seeds here, and I am going to just sprinkle them in the dirt. And I actually did this same process when I planted my string beans and my sugar snap peas and my okra. I just scraped that top layer and I planted the seeds, and they germinated. So it seemed to work. So the next thing that we're going to plant here are the Cosmos Bright Lights mix. So I am planning to plant this directly into the garden area as well, so that I can attract as many pollinators as I can right where I want them to help me with my pollination. So I'm going to find this little spot right here, right next to my sugar snap peas, and I'm going to plant them right there. And then I'm also going to plant them alongside the fence by my garden area, not only to attract the pollinators, but to add a pop of color. And here are the seeds. I am going to sprinkle these seeds in the section that I scraped up, and then again I'm going to top it off with some dirt. And because it is rainy here in Chicago, like I mentioned earlier, I do not have to worry about watering anything because Mother Nature is going to take care of it for me. So that's a benefit of planting seeds while it is raining outside. And last but not least is my wildflower mix. Now I plan to plant these in my flower bed because it does produce annuals and perennials. And this is what the seeds look like. It's just like a mixture of seeds. So I'm really excited to see what we get from this mix. And now that we're done planting all of the seeds from that pollination mix, I decided to take you on a tour of my yard once again. So I'm going to take you over here by my rose bush. I'm trying to not get stuck by the thorns on my rose bush. But as you can see, it's producing beautiful little buds that are going to produce beautiful blooms. So I'm super, super excited about this. And all of this is happening right here on the south side of Chicago. Right here is a climbing rose bush, and I plan to wrap that along the gate. And then look at this little baby right here that I rescued. I had got this one on clearance because it was dying. I just clipped off the dead leaves and I planted it, and voila, it is producing beautiful purple flowers. And then I got my daisy here. And here's another rescue. It's an annual that I got on clearance. And yet another rescue. This was a perennial that I hope will bloom soon that I got on clearance. So I love rescuing flowers from the clearance section, and I like to clip whatever ends may be dying. And then if they don't necessarily come back the same year that you planted them, they definitely will come back the next year. And not only is it great to rescue the flowers and bring them back, but it's also a cost saving, especially when you're buying perennials. They could be pretty pricey. If you buy them and they are not doing well, just put them in your yard and bring them back to life. I've never had any problems with any of the perennials that I bought on clearance. So I actually saved a few bucks, and I brought some plants back to life. And it's pretty fun just to see how they turn out either that year or the next year. So let's walk over and take a look at the hydrangeas and my rose bush. So as you can see, it has some purplish blue flowers, and I think that's because I put the Epsom salt out there. So it kind of started off a little more blue, and now it's starting to pick up some purple. And here are my hostas and my lilies that my son planted right in the middle. That's going to be cute and unique. And then we have the peonies here that I can't wait to form buds and actually bloom. I'm hoping that happens this year. And so I actually have a lot of fun and exciting green activity happening right here in my front yard that is super exciting and relaxing. So right here over in my flower bed, again, these are the plants that came back from that wild flower mix that I got from the dollar store. So that's cool and unique, and a couple of hostas that I had rescued. And I did throw some pops of color out here with some annuals that I purchased this year. And then right alongside the front of my house, I have some hostas, and I have a beard and some vines. I am trying to get the vines up. Here's the beard right here. So it's blooming and looking beautiful and adding some more color to my yard. And then if we walk over here to my strawberry plant, you can see it has tons of flowers. And let me see if I can find that strawberry that we had looked at the last time. I had shot a video to see if it actually picked up any red color. I think this is it right here. It's getting bigger. Oh, this one has some red to it. Now, it's a little guy. Hopefully, it'll get a little bigger. And not only just get bigger, get a little more red. And I definitely can't wait to start harvesting some strawberries from my garden right here in Chicago. So please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you don't miss my next upload. And I will talk to you soon.